Guru Narayana Sri Vishwananda Gurudev. Sri Vishwananda Gurudev. Bhakton ka pyara Gurudev, Hridaya Vihara 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 Gurudev. Charana Kamala Gurudev, Darshana do 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 Gurudev. Sri Vishwananda Swami Antarayami Karuna Sagara Kripa Karo. Sri Vishwananda Swami Antarayami Karuna Sagara Kripa Karo. Sri Vishwananda Swami Antarayami Koti Pranam Sada Koti Pranam. Sri Vishwananda Swami Antarayami Koti Pranam Sada Koti Pranam. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Sri Vishwananda Gurudev. 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 Bhakton ka pyara Gurudev, Hridaya Vihara 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 Gurudev. Charana Kamala Gurudev, Darshana do 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 Gurudev. Sri Vishwananda Swami Antarayami Karuna Sagara Kripa Karo. Sri Vishwananda Swami Antarayami Karuna Sagara Kripa Karo. Sri Vishwananda Swami Antarayami Karuna Sagara Kripa Karo. Sri Vishwananda Swami Antarayami Karuna Sagara Guru Narayana, 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 Guru Narayana, 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 Guru Narayana, 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 Guru Narayana, 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 Ya Narayana, Vahanarayana, Ya Narayana, Vahanarayana, Ya Narayana, Vahanarayana, Ya Narayana, Vahanarayana, Guruji Narayana, 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 Guruji Narayana, 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 Guruji Narayana, 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 Guruji Narayana, 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 Rama Narayana, Krishna Narayana, Rama Narayana, Krishna Narayana, Rama Narayana, Krishna Narayana, Rama Narayana, Krishna Narayana, Guruji Narayana, 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 Guruji Narayana, 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 Guruji Narayana, 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 Guruji Narayana, 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 Mata Narayana, Pita Narayana, Mata Narayana, Pita Narayana, Mata Narayana, Pita Narayana, Mata Narayana, Pita Narayana, Guruji Narayana, 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 Guruji Narayana, 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 Guruji Narayana, 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 Guruji Narayana, 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 Guru 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 Narayana, 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 Guru Narayana, Guru Narayana, Guru Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. Om Avatara Shishaya Namaha, Om Vishamaya Namaha, Om Devakarya Samudhyataya Namaha, Om Sukshmatanave Namaha, Om Chinmayaya Namaha, Om Gurumurtaye Namaha, Om Sundaraya Namaha, Om Sulochanaye Namaha, Om Sumukhaye Namaha, Om Charvasaya Namaha, Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Padmabhujaya Namaha, Om Mandagamanaya Namaha, Om Charumbaradharine Namaha, Om Ramaya Namaha, Om Mandirastapakaya Namaha, Om Shri Jivavachakaya Namaha, Om Gayatri Ashwane Namaha, Om Arpana Swikarakaya Namaha, Om Vishnu Pujakaya Namaha, Om Namo Narayana iti Mantropasakaya Namaha, Om Swaramaya Namaha, Om Madhurakantaya Namaha, Om Krishna Sankirtana Lulupaya Namaha, Om Statra Priyaya Namaha, Om Mitavashine Namaha, Om Agmine Namaha, Om Chitrakala Visharadaya Namaha, Om Vratadharaya Namaha, Om Sadave Namaha, Om Jagatpantaya Namaha, Om Sarvalokaitai Namaha, Om Bhakta Priyaya Namaha, Om Surdaya Namaha, Om Anukulaya Namaha, Om Niyaya Namaha, Om Sudarshanaya Namaha, Om Bhaktavatsalaya Namaha, ॐ प्रेममूर्तये नमः ॐ शुभेक्षणाय नमः ॐ प्रीतिवर्धनाय नमः ॐ स्वस्तिदायकाय नमः ॐ तारकाय नमः ॐ अनुग्रहाय नमः ॐ वर्धनाय नमः ॐ अर्चिताय नमः ॐ अर्थाय नमः ॐ सिद्धिप्रदाय नमः ॐ जनार्दनाय नमः ॐ मनोहराय नमः ॐ आशाय नमः ॐ सिद्धेश्वराय नमः ॐ भस्मभूषिताय नमः ॐ आत्मलिंगाय नमः ॐ लिंगर्चनप्रोत्साहकाय नमः ॐ सिद्धिसदनाय नमः ॐ अर्धवाय नमः ॐ ओंकारोपासकाय नमः ॐ सूक्ष्माय नमः ॐ विशोकाय नमः ॐ सात्विकाय नमः ॐ समदर्शिने नमः ॐ दक्षाय नमः ॐ अचिन्त्याय नमः ॐ निरंकराय नमः ॐ निर्मोहाय नमः ॐ अव्यग्राय नमः ॐ चित्तक्रोधाय नमः ॐ विनयशीलाय नमः ॐ स्ववशाय नमः ॐ कुशलाय नमः ॐ क्षमाय नमः ॐ सत्यधर्माय नमः ॐ निर्विकल्पाय नमः ॐ विरक्ताय नमः ॐ अचिन्द्राय नमः ॐ सत्यसन्धाय नमः ॐ पवित्राय नमः ॐ मधुरस्वभावाय नमः ॐ सुरनन्दाय नमः ॐ नन्दनाय नमः ॐ प्रसन्नात्मने नमः ॐ भक्तनिधये नमः ॐ साक्षये नमः ॐ समात्मये नमः ॐ सदायोगिने नमः ॐ हरये नमः ॐ सुतपाय नमः ॐ सौम्याय नमः ॐ गुह्याय नमः ॐ विमुक्तात्माय नमः ॐ कबीराय नमः ॐ गुप्ताय नमः ॐ आत्मारमाय नमः ॐ श्रीनिवासाय नमः ॐ देवाय नमः ॐ द्युतिधराय नमः ॐ दल्याय नमः ॐ गुरवे नमः ॐ दुरतिक्रमाय नमः ॐ गहनाय नमः ॐ भगवते नमः ॐ हरिशरणमार्गदर्शकाय नमः ॐ कुटस्थजगत्तकाय नमः ॐ अभिप्रायाय नमः ॐ सर्वमतसमर्थाय नमः ॐ शमैकतभावतकाय नमः ॐ प्रेमावतार श्री विश्वानंद स्वामिने नमः। अतो दिवा अवन्तु नो यतो विष्णुर्विचक्रमे पृथिव्या सप्तधामाभिः इदं विष्णुर्विचक्रमे त्रेधा निदते पदं समूलमस्य पागुंसुरे त्रीणि पदा विचक्रमे विष्णुर्गोपादाव्यः अतो धर्माणि धार्येणे विष्णु कर्माणि पश्यत यतो मृतानि पश्पशे इन्द्रस्य युजः सखाः तद्विष्णोः परमं पदगुं सदा पश्यन्ति सूर्याः दिवि वचक्षुरा ततं तद्विप्रसो विपन्यवो जगृभगुं ससमिन्दते विष्णोर्यात् परमं पदम्। प्रेमवताराय विद्महे सद्गुरुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विश्वानन्दः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ 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 प्रेमवताराय विद्महे सद्गुरुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विश्वानन्दः प्रचोदयात् Govinda. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryaputi Samaprabha Nirvighna Gurame Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Shri Krishna Vishnu Madhusudana Ketavana Om Shri Krishna Vishnu Madhusudana Ketavana Narayana Chita Trivikrama Chakrapane Deities Sajara Sridhara Vasudeva Gopala Krishna Raye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Rukmini Shabhavana Shane Murare Radesha Gopisha Surupa Bhamadi Vandya Shri Dvarakashara Vaikunta Pate Bhuvane Kamurte Gopala Devaraye Tava Suprabhatam Meenakrite Kamatarupa Varamurte Trivikramaya Gurane Brurama Rama Shri Rama Krishna Yadunandana Kakirupa Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Govinda Madhava Mukunda Parapanesha Damodara Chadarananda Kadari Shori Gopa Gopi Jana Samrita Dina Bando Gopi Jana Priya Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shirati Shayam Bhujagadi Patapashayam Sadbhaktarit Sarana Shayam Ramanga Shayam Shri Gopa Vama Vidutapa Sukari Shayam Gopa Vallabha Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Kashyapatri Sukhanarada Gautamadi Brahmashi Sangamani Sangara Bharatesho Tishtanti Deva Tava Darshana Bhagaheto Gopala Sekara Hare Tava Suprabhatam Mandara Jari Tulasi Dalamani Kadyahe Maryani Anjali Pute Samudaharanti Tishtanti Bhavavata Dharatale Munindra Radha Manohara Hare Tava Suprabhatam Vedatrayam Patati Gotama Kana Kuya Gayanti Sattuna Gano Varada Savarga Sankirtayanti Tava Nama Katha Vishesha Shri Naradari Rishaya Tava Suprabhatam Govardhanodharana Gopa Kishora Gopa Gopi Janamrita Suvesha Bhavati Pota Trilokya Mohana Sumangala Divya Deva Shri Rukmini Shavarada Tava Suprabhatam Shri Vatsachina Sharanagata Parijata Bhakti Vanjana Kripakara Dila Bando Dityanta Gaya Dijana Priya Divya Rupa Shri Nanda Gopatanaya Tava Suprabhatam Padmaksha Padma Mukha Padma Dhara Prameya Padmaraya Sarita Padma Nivasa Shori Padmo Bhavati Sura Sevita Para Padma Padmadinata Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Vrindadale Vyaranaya Mahendra Vandya Gandharpa Darpa Haratinya Sudesha Rupa Chandrananaya Sita Chandana Lipna Deha Govinda Ya सुप्रभातम् श्रीनन्दनन्दन यशोदकुमार धीरा मायाङ्गदीन विचोन सुपुष्पहार नीलाम्बुदाः सुशरीर रमा विहार गोपाल देव हरये तव सुप्रभातम् श्रीवाई श्रीजाम्बवती सत्य सुगन्धि भद्रा श्रीमित्रविन्द दिवसा प्रभुपुत्रिका ध्याये तिष्ठन्ति दिव्य भवने तव सेवनार्थ गोपीमना प्रियहरे तव सुप्रभातम् श्रीकृष्ण अच्युत अनन्त मुकुन्द शौरि राधा मनोहर जनार्दन चक्रपाणे नामानि वीर्यमुनयो निशं वदन्ति ब्राह्मी मुहूर्त समये तव सुप्रभातम् श्रीकृष्ण सुप्रभातम् ये पठन्ति अनिशम् भूरि कृतमा पापम् श्रीकृष्ण हरतु
ईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंद सर्वकरण कारणा गोविंदमय पुरुषा तमाम बचाने गोविंदमय पुरुषा तमाम बचाने चिंतामणि प्रकर सर्वसुखाल्पवृक्षा लक्षावृतेषु सुरभिरभिपालयन्ता लक्ष्मी सहस्रशतसम्भ्रमसेव्यमाना गोविन्दमादिपुरुषा तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषा तमां भजामि वेणुं
Vishuddha-sattva Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Ananda-chinmaya-rasatmataya manashu Pranina pratipalam smaratam upetya Leela-itena bhuvanani jayana jasra Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Golokanamni nijanamni tale chatasya Maheshwari Rama Suteshu Teshu Tre Prabhava Nichaya Vihitasya Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Eka Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Shriram Yadada-Divikara Vishesha Yoga Sanjayate Naitata Pritakaste Heto Yasham Bhutama-pi tata Samupaitikara Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Dipachireva Ita-shantaramabhyupetya Dipayate vivrita-hetu samana-dharma Yastadiveva Ita Vishnu-taya vibhati Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Yakaranarnavajale vajasi smayoga Nidramananta-jagadanga saroma-kopa Adhara-shakti-mavalambya param svamurti Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Yasya-kanishvasita-kala-mata-valambya Jivanti-loma-vilaja-jagadandhanata Vishnu-mahansaya-yasya kala-vishesho Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Vasvanyatashma-shakaleshu nijeshu tesha Sriyam-piyat-prakatayat-pita-varata Ramaya-esha jagadanda-vidana-karta Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Yat-pada-pada-vayugami vidaya-kumar Gandhi-pranama-samaye sagadani-raja Vignam-viyam-tu-malavasya jagatrayasya Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Govindam-adi-purusham Tamam bhajami Agni-mayi-gaganamambu-marudishasya Kalastatathma-manasi
ईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादि गोविंद सर्वकरण कारणा गोविंदमादि पुरुषा तमाम भजामि गोविंदमादि पुरुषा तमाम भजामि।
Divyasna Shobhita Keshari Suraraja Pradapadu Padomini Harishvaraha Sahasra Shirsa Purusha Patume Sada Shastranu Mahoga Purvata Padu Mahaviragrajumitaha Mahavishnu Lakshinetu Mahasvarastu Niritaha Vashime Partu Sarveshu Ishime Sarvacho Mukhaha Nasima Patu Vayamyam Samyam Shanadiraha Ishanyam Patu Badrumi Sarva Mangala Dayakaha Samsara Bhayata Patu Vichar Vichani Keshari Inam Narasima Kavasa Narara Murta Mandita Bhakti Marga Patenita Sarva Papeta Muchate Uttavandana Vandoki Vitayo Rupa Jayate Kamayate Yam Yam Kama Tam Tam Pratrotya Samshayam Sarvatra Jayam Agnoti Sarvatra Vijayi Bhave Punyanta Diksha Divyanam Prahanam Vinivaranam Nisigo Raga Sambhuta Ishapaharanam Param Brahmarakshasayakshana Durotarana Karana Ujevadana Padeva Yavacham Likitam Shubham Karamule Dritam Yeda Sijeyo Karma Siddhaya Vivasura Manusheshu Swasame Vajayam Lave Ekam Yanti Sanjana Yapate Niyato Nara Sarva Mangala Mangala Bhakti Bhakti Javinati Padrishanti Sahasrani Pate Chudatmanandinam Yavachasya Mantrasya Mantrasiddhita Jayate Anena Mantrarajena Vipapasame Mantraya Tinakavinyasenyastu Nasyanahavayam Hare Vimalam Japamanastu Tatamaya Vimantaja Tasaye Jonaro Mantam Narsimhatyala Machare Tasyaroga Pranachanti Nichachu Kukshi Sambhavaha Gajantam Gajayantam Nijapujapadanam Sotayam Tamatantam Rupyantam Tapayantam Divibhuvididitam Shepayantam Shipantam Nandantam Roshayantam Dishi Dishi Sadantam Samvarantam Varantam Dishantam Purnayantam Karani Karasate Divyasimannamami Iti Shivramana Purana Taranutam Chinarasimha Kavatam Sampurnam 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 Namaste Narasimhaya Pralada Lada Daini Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha Shilada japa japa. Mama maya bindi bindi, mama shadru vidravaya, vidravaya mama sarvarisa, prabhandaya prabhandaya, jata jata hana hana, chindi chindi mama sarva, ishtam puraya puraya mam, raksha raksha upasvaha. Om Sham Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya Twalamarine Vikaram Sayatinekaya Sarvarakshodhaya Sarvabhuta Vinashaya Sarvatara Vinashaya Dada Paja Paja Raksha Raksha Upastra. Ugram Vira Mahavishnu Shalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Vishanam Bhadram Vidyam Vidyam Namamyam Om Vajanakaya Vidmahi Dikshanam Sraya Dhimahi Tano Narasimha Prachodaya Tano Narasimha Prachodaya Om Amrim Sham Om Prajataka Ataka Kesaka Dvala Paruka Rojana Vandradika Rakas Pacha Divya Sima Namostute Jayo Jagadishare Divya Sima Namostute Jayo Jagadishare Shri Lakshmi Narasimha Shri Vishwananda Guru
Gurudev. Sadgurudev Maharaj ki jai. Govinda. Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nityamanu Mukura Sudhari Varanam Raghuvara Vimala Jasu Jodaya Kupalachari Buddhihina Tanu Janike Sumiram Pavana Kumara Anahuti Vidya Devumoi Harahu Kalesha Vikar Siyavara Ramachandra Padache Sharana Jaya Hanumana Gyana Guna Sagara Jaya Kapisha Tiruloka Ujagar Ramaduta Tulita Baladama Anjali Putra Pavana Sutanama Mavira Vikrama Vatanaki Pumati Nivara Sumati Kesange Kanchana Varana Viraja Supesa Kanana Kundara Kundita Kesha Pata Gaja Ora Gaja Viraje Kande Muja Janeo Sanje Shankara Sumana Keshari Nandana Teja Pratapa Mahajagavandan Vidavana Guniya Dichadu Rama Kaja Karibeko Adu Rahu Charita Viveko Rasya Rama Lakana Sita Manavasya Jaya Hanuman Jaya Hanuman Jaya Hanuman Bolo Sitaram Jaya Hanuman Jaya Hanuman Jaya Hanuman Bolo Sitaram Shukshma Rupa Dari Siya Idikava Vikata Rupa Dari Lanka Darava Hima Rupa Dari Asura Samhare Ramachandra Ke Kaja Samhare Daya Sadivana Lakana Jiyaye Shri Raghuvira Rashi Uralaye Raghupati Kini Bauta Banaye Tuma Mama Priya Bharatari Samabhari Sahasavardhana Tumaro Jasagave Asakai Shri Kanta Lagave Sanakarika Brahmani Munisa Narada Sarada Saita Isa Yama Kubera Dikapala Jante Kari Kovita Kaisa Gekante Tuma Upakara Sugriva Inkina Rama Milaya Raja Paradina Jaya Hanuman Jaya Hanuman Jaya Hanuman Bolo Sitaram Jaya Hanuman Jaya Hanuman Jaya Hanuman Bolo Sitaram Dana Dhyana Dolare Tana Pararama Tapasi Raja Dinake Raja Sakala Tumasaja Mora Manorata Joko Ilave Soi Amita Jivana Palapave Tarun Yoga Para Japa Tumara He Para Sida Jagata Ujiyara Sadhu Santa Ke Tumara Kabare Asurani Kandana Rama Durare Asha Sine Navalini Ke Data Savaradina Janaki Mata Rama Rasayana Tumare Pasa Salara Hora Upati Ke Dasa Jeo Hanuman Jeo Hanuman Jeo Hanuman Bolo Sitara Rama ko pave janama janama ke dukha visarave antakala raghuvara pura jaye jam janama hari bhakta gaye ora devata chitana darai harumata se sarva sukha karai sankata kache mite savapira dosubire hanumata balavira je 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 hanumana gosai kripa karo gurudeva kinai jo satabara pada kara koi jo daivani mahasukha hoy jo jana pade hanumana chalisa hoy asini sagi gorisa tulasi dasa sadari chera kiche nadari daya madera jaya hanuman jaya hanuman jaya hanuman bolo sitara 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 Pavanatana yasana katarana Mangala Muratiropa Ramalakana Sita Saita Hridaya Vaso Surabhupa Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Sita 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 Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai 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 Ram Sita 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 Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai 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 Ram Sita 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 Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai 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 Ram Sita 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 Ram Syavaramaçandra ki Kumar Varsambona ki Pavana Putra Hanuman ki Bolo Vaisava Santun ki
Jaya Bhutabhrteshwarnath Narasimha Jaya Narasimha 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 Jaya 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 Narasimha Ugra Narasimha Jvala Narasimha Ugra Narasimha Jvala Narasimha Ugra Narasimha Jvala Narasimha Ugra Narasimha Jvala Narasimha Lakshmi Narasimha Shanta Narasimha Lakshmi Narasimha Shanta Narasimha Lakshmi Narasimha Shanta Narasimha Lakshmi Narasimha Shanta Narasimha Jaya 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 Narasimha Jai 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 Narasimha Jaya 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 Narasimha Jai 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 Narasimha Jaya 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 Narasimha Jaya Bhutabhrteshwarnath Narasimha 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 Jaya Narasimha Jaya 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 Narasimha Jaya 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 Narasimha Oh Jaya 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 Narasimha Jaya 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 Narasimha Ugra Narasimha Jvala Narasimha Ugra Narasimha Jvala Narasimha Ugra Narasimha Jvala Narasimha Ugra Narasimha Jvala Narasimha Lakshmi Narasimha Shanta Narasimha Lakshmi Narasimha Shanta Narasimha Lakshmi Narasimha Shanta Narasimha Lakshmi Narasimha Shanta Narasimha Oh Jai 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 Narasimha Jaya 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 Narasimha Jai 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 Narasimha Jaya 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 Narasimha Jaya Bhutabhrteshwarnath Narasimha 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 Jaya Narasimha Jai 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 Narasimha Jaya 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 Narasimha Jai 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 Narasimha Jaya 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 Narasimha Ugra Narasimha Jvala Narasimha Ugra Narasimha Jvala Narasimha Lakshmi Narasimha Shanta Narasimha Lakshmi Narasimha Shanta Narasimha Jaya 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 Narasimha Jaya Bhutabhrteshwarnath Narasimha Jaya Narasimha Jaya Bhutabhrteshwarnath
Jaya 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 Narasimha Jaya Bhutabhrteshwarnath Narasimha Jaya Narasimha. Srinivasa Venkatesha Srinivasa Venkatesha Srinivasa Venkatesha Srinivasa Venkatesha Shrita Jana Paripala Govinda Shrita Jana Paripala Govinda Shrita Jana Paripala Govinda Shrita Jana Paripala Govinda Srinivasa Venkatesha Srinivasa Venkatesha Srinivasa Venkatesha Srinivasa Venkatesha Tirupati Girivasa Govinda Tirupati Girivasa Govinda Tirupati Girivasa Govinda Tirupati Girivasa Govinda Garuda Vahana Govinda Govinda Garuda Vahana Govinda Govinda Garuda Vahana Govinda Govinda Garuda Vahana Govinda 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 Srinivasa Govinda 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 Srinivasa Govinda 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 Srinivasa Govinda 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 Srinivasa Govinda 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 Shirdivasa Govinda 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 Shirdivasa Govinda 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 Shirdivasa Govinda 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 Shirdivasa Govinda 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 Hridayavasa Govinda 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 Hridayavasa Govinda 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 Hridayavasa Govinda 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 Hridayavasa Govinda Srinivasa Venkatesha Srinivasa Venkatesha Srinivasa Venkatesha Srinivasa Venkatesha Shrita Jana Paripala Govinda Shrita Jana Paripala Govinda Shrita Jana Paripala Govinda Shrita Jana Paripala Govinda Srinivasa Venkatesha Srinivasa Venkatesha Srinivasa Venkatesha Srinivasa Venkatesha Tirupati Girivasa Govinda Tirupati Girivasa Govinda Tirupati Girivasa Govinda Tirupati Girivasa Govinda Garuda Vahana Govinda Govinda Garuda Vahana Govinda Govinda Garuda Vahana Govinda Govinda Garuda Vahana Govinda Srinivasa Govinda,
Govinda 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 Govinda Hridayavasa Govinda,
Govinda Govinda Srinivasa Govinda,
Govinda Govinda Hridayavasa Govinda,
Govinda Govinda Hridayavasa Govinda,
Govinda Govinda Srinivasa 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 Govinda,
Srinivasa Venkatesha,
Srinivasa Venkatesha,
Srinivasa Venkatesha,
Srinivasa Venkatesha,
Sita Jana Paripala Govinda,
Jana Paripala Govinda,
Sita Jana Paripala Govinda,
Jana Paripala Govinda,
Gardavana Govinda Govinda,
Gardavana Govinda Govinda,
Gardavana Govinda Govinda,
Gardavana Govinda Govinda,
Govinda Govinda Srinivasa 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 Govinda,
Govinda Govinda Hridayavasa Govinda,
Govinda Govinda Hridayavasa Govinda,
Govinda Govinda Hridayavasa Govinda,
Govinda Govinda Hridayavasa Govinda,
Govinda Govinda Srinivasa 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 Govinda,
Govinda Govinda Hridayavasa Govinda,
Govinda Govinda Hridayavasa Govinda,
Govinda Govinda Hridayavasa Govinda,
Govinda Govinda Hridayavasa Govinda,
Govinda Govinda Srinivasa 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 Govinda, Srinivasa Venkatesha.
Govinda. Radha Konaha
अनमोल बोलो राधे राधे
राधा को नाम
अनमोल बोलो राधे राधे राधा को नाम अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
राधा को नाम अनमोल बोलो राधे राधे
श्यामा को नाम अनमोल बोले 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 राधे राधे
राधा को नाम अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
राधा को नाम अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
श्यामा को नाम अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
श्यामा को नाम अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
ब्रह्मा भी बोले राधे विष्णु भी बोले 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 राधे
शंकर के रमरो से आवाते आवे राधे राधे
शंकर के डमरू से आवाज आवे राधे राधे
राधा को नाम अनमोल बोलो राधे राधे
राधा को नाम अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
श्यामा को नाम अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
श्यामा को नाम अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
गंगा भी बोले राधे यमुना भी बोले 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 राधे
सरयू के राह से नवासे आवे राधे राधे
सरयू की धार से आवाज आवे राधे राधे
राधा को नाम अनमोल बोलो राधे राधे
राधा को नाम अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
राधा को नाम अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
राधा को नाम अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
श्यामा को नाम अनमोल बोलो राधे राधे
श्यामा को नाम अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
चांदा भी बोले राधे सुरचा भी बोले राधे
चंदा भी बोले राधे सुरजा भी बोले राधे
चांदा भी बोले राधे
बचता भी बोले राधे
भी बोले राधे बचता भी बोले राधे
दूर की गिरा से आवाज से आवे राधे राधे
दूर की गिरा से
आवाज से आवे राधे राधे राधा को ना अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
राधा को नाम अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
श्यामा को ना अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
श्यामा को नाम अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
गोपी भी बोले राधे ज्वाले भी बोले राधे
गोपी भी बोले राधे वाले भी बोले राधे
बीरत की सब जालियों से आवाज से आवे राधे राधे
बीरत की सब गलियों
से आवाज से आवे राधे राधे राधा को ना अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
राधा को नाम अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
श्यामा को ना अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
श्यामा को नाम अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
राधा को ना अनमोल बोलो राधे राधे
राधा को नाम अनमोल बोले राधे राधे
श्यामा को ना अनमोल बोलो राधे राधे राधा को ना अनमोल बोलो राधे राधे
Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnanajanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Gurudev. Today's satsang is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 25, verse 25. Satam prasangam mama virya samvido bhavanti hrit karna rasayanaha kataha tajyo sanad asva apavarga vartmani shradaratir bhaktir anukramishati. In the association of pure devotees, discussion of the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Lord is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and the heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation, and thereafter he is freed, and his attraction becomes fixed. Then real devotion and devotional service begin. In the next verse, thus consciously engaged in devotional service in the association of devotees, a person gains distaste for sense gratification, both in this world and in the next, by constantly thinking about the activities of the Lord. This process of God consciousness is the easiest process of mystic power. When one is actually situated on that path of devotional service, he is able to control the mind. So these words are spoken by Kapila Muni to his mother, Devahuti, and Kapila Muni is one of the incarnations of the Lord. And in this entire chapter, actually in the section of this canto, he's talking about, let's say, the proper way to live in this world. And in this chapter, he deals with devotional life, devotional service with Bhakti Yoga in general. And there are two things that he builds up leading up to these two verses, and that is that for you to get real attraction and taste for this life, for loving God, for living for God, there must be a simultaneous increase in your distaste for regular life. You cannot simply add this on, you have to replace it. There's something already occupying your heart and mind that needs to be removed so that the other thing can enter into it. And he says that it's fundamental. One of the most important things you have to do on this process is to let go of notions of I and mine. And naturally, none of this is being told to us for the first time. And yet, it is so difficult. Time and time again, when you speak to individuals, you see that the things that still bother them or that still affect them, no matter how long they've been on this path for, are still things which ultimately stem from this idea of my needs, my space, my rights, my comforts, my situation, my fears, my whatever it is. It's always, mine and I. And then it says, okay, well, be around saintly devotees and you will get taste, and you will lose taste for other things. Again, not the first time we've heard that. And yet, we're in an environment where we live around devotees, and you're still in a situation where you might find somebody here saying, I just want some alone time for me because I'm always surrounded by people and I have no space for my stuff. And so you see the exact mentality, and it's comically the exact opposite of what Kapila Muni is saying. He's saying, go and be with the devotees, that's how you'll develop. Let go of I and mine. And we're around the devotees saying, oh, I really need some personal time and space. Now, I understand why it is said. That's clear. Because being around people in general, but especially devotees and people who are striving for something, in that process of striving, in the process of trying to let go of that I and mine, there's always room for misunderstanding, conflict, tension, whatever else, because it's not an easy process to undergo, and we know that. And yet, time and time again, we see how the things we actually want in life lie on the other side of the bridge of discomfort. It's only when you cross that bridge of discomfort that you arrive at something that might be worthwhile. And when you stay on the side because you think, oh, that bridge looks a little unstable, I don't want to cross it. Well, on this side of the bridge, you have a warm duvet, cookies, tea, and no growth. But sometimes that's a good deal. And so it's really a question of willingness, perhaps bravery, perhaps intelligence, who knows, inspiration, a combination of all of them, that gets you to cross the bridge and say, well, come what may, I can't afford to stand still. I can't afford to not grow. I can't afford to not lose my distaste for the world, because as much as we may think, well, I have already achieved something, and maybe it's true that I'm not willing to go the extra mile to achieve something more, but at least I've achieved something, and I'm not going back into the previous state of being. I don't think that's true. I think when you take on that mentality of saying, I'm not going to push forward to the next achievement, I'm happy where I am, you actually start to go backwards. It may be conscious to you, and I think a lot of people do become conscious of the old tendencies coming back, and they pretend it's not happening because they don't want it to happen, and it's wishful thinking, and you just put it under the carpet and say, no, I'm not going to entertain the idea that after all this time, I still have attraction for these things, and I'm still going to think about this, and I'm still going to engage with that. That can't be. But just because you think it can't be doesn't mean it isn't. That's why it's called wishful thinking. And the one thing I have always understood from Guruji is that if you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. There is no standing still. It doesn't exist. And I know, again, this is also not the first time you've heard that. But there comes a problem. Walking forward when the path ahead of you is pleasant, everybody can do it, and everybody does do it. As I said, the issue is when you arrive at a bridge that looks like it's going to fall the minute you step on it. And yet you still know that if you don't move forward, you're going to move backwards. And at that moment, a lot of people make the conscious decision, all right, I'll move backwards then. What to do? Because that, and the problem is sometimes the bridge is so long, you can't even see what's on the other side. And you go, I'm going to cross that, not even knowing what's going to be the result. We've lived like that every day of our lives. We don't know what tomorrow looks like. And I don't mean that in the general universal sense that every human being doesn't know what tomorrow looks like. I mean, we extra don't know what tomorrow looks like because we have an active architect in our life that finds regular life to be slightly boring and therefore likes to create entertaining scenarios to make life a little less boring. Everybody else has to deal with regular life uncertainty. We have to deal with God uncertainty, which is a different level of uncertainty. There's really levels to this. And so the problem there is that one day he gets bored of making your future and says, do you know what? I make such nice plans for you and you never take them. You never cross the bridge. You never arrive at those plans that I make for you. So maybe I'll stop making plans for you because you don't take them. And that's what he means when he always says, oh, you know, opportunities are not endless, right? And that stuff shouldn't scare anybody, but it certainly shouldn't make you entirely comfortable either. When I read Kapila Muni, he seems so logical. If you read the entire chapter, he's so logical, saying, you do this, you do that, this is the step, you do this, you get this result, it's wonderful. Spiritual life. Right? And I go, well, I agree with you. Everything he says does make sense. It matches to what Guruji says. But when he says so flippantly, he just says it in one sentence and goes on. Oh, you know, you develop distaste for material things. Yeah, that's not an easy process because you forget how long you have developed taste for those things. You forget how many attractions and attachments for those things lie sleeping inside of you, just waiting for a trigger. And the triggers are so small and so random that I have seen people who have been absolutely, let's say, separated from these things for so long. Even recently I was talking to somebody, and then something happens, just something. They watch a movie or they have a conversation. Something so trivial. And they'll go, do you know what? It's been bugging me for weeks now in my mind, this feeling of unfulfilled, not even desires, unfulfilled goals that I had in the world before I came here. Now I'm in the ashram, but you know, I didn't finish that thing that I wanted to do, or I had this vision of what I was going to achieve or what I was going to do, and I never got to take it to its final conclusion. And I thought I was over it because I was, you know, living this life. But at some point, this life, it was going up, 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 and then it settles, it plateaus. And at that point you go, is there another level to climb to? Is there ambition that I can pursue here? And often there isn't, because all the ambition that you're meant to pursue is internal. Externally, you hit a glass ceiling. What else am I supposed to do? Dress nicer and put a better tilak and give better satsang? At some point, you start to go, what am I doing with my life? The famous midlife crisis. It can be late life crisis, it can be early life crisis, any type of crisis. But it will come. And you'll ask yourself the question, what am I doing with my life? And you'll start to question the things which previously you didn't even think about. Am I good enough? Am I wasting my time? Is Guruji happy with me? Why doesn't he do this? Why doesn't he do that if he is happy with me? And you start to look for patterns where they maybe aren't there. Because you want to tell yourself something that at least creates some excitement. And that I find to be the craziest thing. But it happens all the time, so I'm not making this up. People need excitement and drama in their life. And if Guruji isn't doing it fast enough, then sometimes we help him. And I find that so crazy. Because I'm like, really? You want to help Guruji make drama in your life? I know sometimes he isn't like the quickest, but believe me, it's coming. Just wait a little longer. It's coming for everyone, 100%. And if anyone tells me, oh, but he's never done drama in my life, it's okay, just wait. No problem. And when I say drama, I don't mean something bad. I mean something that will occupy your mind and get you excited in one way or another. Positive, negative, doesn't matter. But he has to, by definition, by the job he has to do with you, he must disturb your internal reality. He must. Because if he doesn't, it means you're already a saint. Which if you know yourself not to be, I don't need to say you're not, if you know yourself not to be, then you know it's coming. Because he must take out what must be removed, and he must give what is lacking, and he must show you your part that you must play in that process. And the more you have to take out and transform, the more exciting the drama is going to be. And so when I see people go, I'm feeling bored, or I think I need to change something in my life, or I think I need to do something to relight the fire, I just look at them and say, may God have mercy on you. Why would you want to do this? And I'm not saying that what I mean by that is do nothing and stagnate and wait. No. I am saying that there are different realms of activity that you can do. And one realm is the realm where you know you're taking risks because you want the drama and the excitement. And the other realm is when you do activities that you know you've been told to do and they're safe. You can fill up your day from the morning to the night with just instructions from Guruji. And you know this. He's given so many things to do. Now he's tweeting, and each tweet is a book. You have plenty of things to occupy your time with. And then you read the book, and then you think, I have to just read it 5 more times to understand what he meant. Right? So things for you to do to occupy your time, there are plenty. The problem is that sometimes those things don't satisfy the parts of us that used to be satisfied by the world, because they're playing a different game. It's nurturing a different part of you, right? There's a reason people tend to prefer eating a cake than a salad. One might be better for you, but the other one's more exciting, right? And so we have to understand this mentality. And this has got nothing to do with Guruji right now. He's doing his job. At some point, we have to understand that we have to play a role in that job, and that role isn't so simple as to be on the path. There's a way to be on the path. There's an intelligent way, there's a less intelligent way. Guruji last night tweeted, and I saw it, and I thought, this is a bizarre tweet. It was a picture of Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders, if you've ever seen this show. I don't recommend you to see this show. And the quote underneath read, I think the Sigma Hustler or something like this. And I was like, who is sending this stuff to Guruji? Because I promise you, he is not searching the internet for these screenshots. But what it said was that I have no scars on my heart from my enemies. All the scars in my heart are from people who said they loved me. Right? And I read this and I thought, well, I may know why you are saying this, and I may agree with why you're saying it and what you're saying, but it doesn't make it any more pleasant to read it. Because not only do I feel for the fact that this has already happened, hence the scar, but for the fact that I may be next, as much as I think that I never will be. The fact of the statement is, it's not the people who are his enemies, quote unquote, that are going to touch him, because he doesn't open his heart to said people. They don't gain access to the part that they can hurt, if you know what I mean. So it's like if somebody randomly comes to me and says something offensive to me, I don't care. I mean that, because I've not opened myself so that you can reach the parts of me that would hurt to such a person. But when it's somebody you trust and love that says something or does something, it hurts 10 times more, because you've opened yourself to that person so that they can have access to that, right? And so Guruji, he may say, and he does say, oh, I don't trust any of you, right? And then he'll say, well, on one level I do. And I'm like, well, what level is that? It's on the level of the fact that he loves you. No matter how rational he can be about that love, because he says, I don't trust you because you have a mind and you haven't controlled it. And we all can accept that. As much as it's not nice, we can accept that he's right. Right? But as much as he can say all of these logical, rational things, he loves you and has therefore opened himself up to you in a way that nobody else does. That's by definition who God is. That is why no matter which devotee turns around and says something or leaves or whatever, he is hurt. Because he actually loves. He's not loving with conditions. That's the funny thing. When you listen to him, it sounds like he's putting conditions. I love you, but because I can't trust you, I don't love you that much. Because that's what it is like when we speak. If I say to you, I love you, but I don't trust you, immediately you understand I've put a barrier. There's a condition here. When he says, I love you, but I don't trust you, he's talking about two different parts of himself. On the mental, relational side, he can't trust you, and therefore there limits the interactions. But on the internal space, he loves you 100%. He cannot have conditions. If he would have conditions on his love, he wouldn't be who he is. And you wouldn't be able to trust him. And I would tell you now, don't surrender to him. Because you can't trust his love. If he said, I can't trust you, therefore I hold back my love, then you can't trust him in return either. Because it means that not every action he does with you is out of love. Because he's holding it back. But the fact is that I'm saying the opposite. No matter what, you should trust him and surrender because he loves you no matter what. And because he loves you no matter what, he is always open to show you that side of him, that part of him that can get hurt. And if you think God can't get hurt, it's not been my experience. I see impending doom of everybody hurting him. No. But for my inner process, whatever you want to call it, I read something like that and I go, yeah, I could be next. Because I have said those words to you. I love you. And yet, how often do I think of I and mine? And how much distaste do I really have for the material world? I know. Nobody needs to tell me. I know what must still be done. And I know, therefore, that every day I live, without correcting those two problems, I am running the risk of making the next scar on his heart because I'm not even in control of myself. And I see how easily my consciousness is tempted away to some nonsense. It's so easy, it scares me sometimes. The tiniest little hint of something in my mind goes there. And if you're anything like me, then use that as fuel to change. There's nothing else I can do. I cannot sit here and give a magic formula. This is how you're going to solve it. No, at some point you need to just find the fire inside of you to say, screw it, I'm crossing that bridge. I'm doing whatever it takes to go to the next level because I can't afford to run the risk of facing the consequences of staying on this side. I need to cross that bridge. Because every day I stay here, I'm risking that. I'm risking that Guruji is going to tweet about me next. I don't want that. And as much as we all know, as I said, the solution, and as much as Kapila Muni is right, sometimes you need to look at the same things you've always looked at, but with fresh eyes. Yeah? You know how it is. You read the Gita one time, you read it 10 months later, you get a different understanding from it. So sometimes it's the same with your sadhana, it's the same with the basics. Sometimes you need to look at SPN with fresh eyes. Sometimes you need to look at your neighbor with fresh eyes. Sometimes you need to look at your sadhana with fresh eyes. The fresh eyes actually is the most important ingredient here. Because the sadhana has never really changed. Okay, Shivitalagidari Parabrahmane Namaha, new mantra, excitement. Do you use that mantra any different to the old mantra? No. Is it for the same purpose? Yes. Is the sadhana the same? Yes. So, is it really new? You just took your car and painted it a different color. Right? So sometimes you need the fresh eyes, new perspective, to look back at the things that you've underestimated and undervalued. And that's why Guruji was speaking in New Year about gratitude. Because gratitude keeps your perspective fresh. When you stop practicing gratitude, then complacency sets in. And complacency is the number one way that you lose what is valuable and return to what is garbage. And it happens in front of your eyes and you don't even know it's happening. So think about these things as I do. Jai Gurudev.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Vitala, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Vitala, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Vitala, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Vitala, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Vitala, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Vitala, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Pandaricha, Panduringa, Vitala, Padula Pole, Hari Om, Vitala. Pandaricha, Panduringa, Vitala, Tukumba Pole, Hari Om, Vitala. Vitala, Vitala, Panduringa, Panduringa, Panduringa. Vitala, Panduringa, Panduringa, Panduringa. Pandaricha, Panduringa, Vitala. Rakumaicha, Hari Om, Vitala. 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 Vitala, Vitala, Panduringa, Panduringa, Panduringa. Vitala, Vitala, Panduringa, Panduringa, Panduringa. Yana Deva Mane, Panduringa, Vitala. Tukamba Bole, Hari Om, Vitala. Yana Deva Mane, Panduringa, Vitala. Tukamba Bole, Hari Om, Vitala. Yana Deva Mane, Panduringa, Vitala. Tukamba Bole, Hari Om, Vitala. Yana Deva Mane, Panduringa, Tukamba Bole, Hari Om, Vitala. Pandaricha, Panduringa, Vitala. Rakumaicha, 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 Hari Om, Vitala. Vitala, Vitala, Panduringa, Panduringa, Panduringa. Vitala, Vitala, Panduringa, Panduringa, Panduringa. Jani Mane Bole, Panduringa, Vitala. Saku Bole, Hari Om, Vitala. Jani Mane, Panduringa, Vitala. Saku Bole, Hari Om, Vitala. Jani Mane, Panduringa, Vitala. Saku Bole, Hari Om, Vitala. Panduringa, Vitala. Saku Bole, Hari Om, Vitala. Pandaricha, Panduringa, Vitala. Rakumaicha, 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 Hari Om, Vitala. Vitala, Vitala, Panduringa, Panduringa, Panduringa. Vitala, Vitala, Panduringa, Panduringa, Panduringa. Pundalika Mane, Panduringa, Vitala. Guru Babole, Hari Om, Vitala. Pundalika Mane, Panduringa, Vitala. Guru Babole, Hari Om, Vitala. Pandaricha, Panduringa, Vitala. Rakumaicha, Hari Om, Vitala. Pandaricha, Panduringa, Vitala. Rakumaicha, Hari Om, Vitala. Vitala, Vitala, Panduringa, Panduringa, Panduringa. 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 Nivruchi Mane, Panduringa, Vitala. Supana Bole, Hari Om, Vitala. Nivruchi Mane, Panduringa, Vitala. Supana Bole, Hari Om, Vitala. Nivruchi Mane, Panduringa, Vitala. Supana Bole, Hari Om, Vitala. Nivruchi Mane, Panduringa, Vitala. Supana Bole, Hari Om, Vitala. Pandaricha, Panduringa, Vitala. Rakumaicha, 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 Hari Om, Vitala. Jai Jai Rama Krishna Hare. Jai Jai Rama Krishna Hare. Jai Jai Rama Krishna Hare. पंढरीनाथ महाराज की जय। रामानुजा रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में यशिराज रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में रामानुजा रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में यशिराज रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में यशीन्द्राय करुणाकाराय मंगल मंगल में यशीन्द्राय करुणाकाराय मंगल मंगल में प्रपति धर्मिकराताय मंगल मंगल में प्रपति धर्मिकराताय मंगल मंगल में रामानुजा रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में यशिराज रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में रामानुजा रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में यशिराज रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में शालिग्राम प्रतिष्ठिताय मंगल मंगल में शालिग्राम प्रतिष्ठिताय मंगल मंगल में त्रिदण्डधारिणि गोरग्रजाय मंगल मंगल में त्रिदण्डधारिणि गोरग्रजाय मंगल मंगल में रामानुजा रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में यशिराज रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में रामानुजा रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में यशिराज रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में रागेश कैंकर्यरताय मंगल मंगल में रागेश कैंकर्यरताय मंगल मंगल में मननताय धरणीधराय मंगल मंगल में मननताय धरणीधराय मंगल मंगल में रामानुजा रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में यशिराज रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में रामानुजा रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में यशिराज रामानुजा मंगल मंगल में ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट मन में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे जो जावे फल पावे दुख बिन से मन का स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का सुख संपत्ति करावे सुख संपत्ति करावे कष्ट मिटे तन का ओम जय जगदीश हरे माता पिता तुम मेरे शरण गाँव में की सखी स्वामी शरण गाँव में की सखी तुम बिना और न दूजा तुम बिना और न दूजा आस करो मैं की सखी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा तुम अंतर्यामी स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता स्वामी तुम पालन करता मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी मैं सेवक तुम
को मैं कुमति ओम जय जगदीश रे दीन बंधु दुख हरता तुम्हारा चक मेरे स्वामी तुम्हारा चक मेरे करुणा हाथ बजाओ करुणा हाथ बजाओ शरण पदा तेरे ओम जय जगदीश रे विषय विकार मिटाओ पापारो देवा स्वामी पापारो देवा श्रद्धा भक्ति बजाओ श्रद्धा प्रेम बजाओ संतन की सेवा ओम जय जगदीश रे धन मन धन सब है तेरा स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा तेरा तुझको अर्पण तेरा तुझको अर्पण प्यार आगे मेरा ओम जय जगदीश रे ओम जय जगदीश रे स्वामी जय जगदीश रे सजनों के संकट सजनों के संकट सन में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश रे मारे चाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला चाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला चाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला चाकर राखो जी मारे चाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला चाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला चाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला चाकर राखो जी चाकर राखो चाकर राखो चाकर राखो जी चाकर राखो चाकर राखो चाकर राखो जी माने चाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला चाकर राखो जी श्याम मने चाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला चाकर राखो जी गोविंद मने चाकर राखो जी गिरधारी लाला 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 चाकर राखो जी त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव असतो मा सद्गमया तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया मृत्युर्मा अमृतां गमया ॐ शान्ति 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 लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति 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 श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम
लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की श्री भूतेश्वर भगवान की श्री राधा कृष्ण के लाल की महाभारत के बाबा जी की श्री रामानुजाचार्य की प्रेम से बोलो सद्गुरुदेव श्री स्वामी विश्वानंद महाप्रभु की
ओम कृष्णाय गोविंदाय गोपीजनवल्लभाय पराय परम पुरुषाय पारकर्म मंत्र यंत्र तंत्र औषधानि शस्त्राणि समराय समराय मृत्युर्मोचाय मोचाय ओम नमो भगवते महासुदर्शनाय विद्ये ज्वालापिताय सर्वरीक्षभवं परस्मै परब्रह्मणे परमज्योतिषे स्वाहा ओम शांति 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 श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम
जय जय